Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing, setting up and reviewing the features of this wireless mini dome PTZ security camera by WGCC. So yes, this is a Wi-Fi camera. As I explained in past videos, I always try to go for wired solutions, but sometimes you may need to stretch the boundaries of your network and go wireless. I've recently updated my Wi-Fi network to a Ubiquiti Access Points system, so the signal should be good and strong. Check out my other videos for how I set that up. This is a 2 megapixel camera and it supports 4 times optical zoom and 30 meters or 100 feet of Wi-Fi range and 60 meters or 200 feet of IR night vision. Sending more than 2 megapixels of data with 15 frames per second over Wi-Fi may be challenging if the signal isn't perfectly strong, so I think the 2 megapixels will work out fine here. PTZ, of course, stands for pan, tilt and zoom, which allows the user to control the position of the lens remotely. This camera costs about $190 US, which is a pretty decent price for the advertised specifications. I'll post a link on my blog in the description below for more information on this product. So on the flap here we have a thank you note from the seller with contact information if you run into technical difficulties. And we have this bag. Inside we have the user manual, of course, give it a read. There's a short network connection in case you need to hardwire the setup or do some troubleshooting. There's a couple of small screwdrivers in here. A weather sealing grommet for the RJ45 connection. And some small screws and anchors. So next you have this 2 amp power supply. This camera must be powered with this adapter. It does not support PoE and you cannot use the 12 volt extension wire from the adapter to the camera, otherwise you may damage the interior components. Now you can use a regular extension cord which goes from your outlet to the adapter. And here's the Wi-Fi antenna. We'll screw that into the top of the camera here in a second. Here's the camera. It has a nice weight to it. Feels like there's a metal coating on it, a metal cover on the top here. It has a nice feel to it. And lastly we have this wall mount. It's not a corner mount but a wall mount. Again, it's made out of metal, seems to be pretty decent quality and should hold up that camera with no problem. So at the end of this lead here we have an RJ45 female connection, a reset button which is covered by a little cap, a 12 volt power supply and a RCA audio connection, which we'll try to get to that in another video. Here on the top we have the antenna for the Wi-Fi, so that just screws on. Here in the center we have the 2 megapixel camera which has the built-in 4 times zoom lens taking you from 2.8 millimeters to 12 millimeters. There's a light sensor just below that for activating the night vision LEDs, and these LEDs are the 6 lights located here on each side of the camera. There seems to be different lenses over the IR lights, possibly for shining the lights at various distances up to 60 meters or 200 feet. On the back of the camera here you can see there's a 0 degree point. The camera doesn't swivel around continuously but rather stops at this point. So keep that in mind when installing the device because you don't want to have that dead spot in an area that you're often panning through. Maybe keep it against the wall. Also right here at the bottom you'll notice that there is a little door and that's where the memory card slot is located. So I like the look and feel of the camera, but I'm kind of curious to know if bugs, spiders and insects are going to be attracted to all the small crevices around the camera. They may impact the PTZ abilities and the image if they get on the lens. I'm also curious to know how the camera is going to hold up in freezing rain and sleet of winter. I probably wouldn't use the PTZ abilities if it's caked up in ice. So that brings us to the next question of where should we install this camera? Well, first off, if you want to use the Wi-Fi abilities, make sure you're within Wi-Fi range. Maybe look at your Wi-Fi signal strength on your phone to make sure that it's good and strong first, and then install the camera in that location. You want to install the camera somewhere high, at least 8 feet. It's a solid piece of equipment, but swing of a good baseball bat or a club may teach the camera a good lesson. And lastly, somewhere where you can take advantage of the PTZ abilities, an area where you can see a wide range of points of interest, such as a parking lot, acreage, vegetable garden, or inside of a warehouse or commercial space. I'm going to set mine up here, where I can see my front door, garage doors, my driveway, and my driveway entry point. You can set up a camera using the Camhi app on your phone. You could also reach out to the camera support team for the PC software to manage the camera. Or if all else fails, you can use Internet Explorer, but you would need to hardwire the camera to your network to get started. I installed the app on my phone, and to make a very long story short, I couldn't get the camera to connect to my Wi-Fi signal. I tried multiple networks, including 2.4 gigahertz. It seems like this device and a lot of other cameras only support 2.4 gigahertz and not a 5 gigahertz network. It also seemed like the Wi-Fi setting page in the Camhi app would not refresh. I turned off my Wi-Fi signal and the app still showed that I had a strong signal to that network. So using the Camhi app to set up the camera was a dead end. The app might work for you, but if you want to avoid it, you can use Internet Explorer on your computer. But first you're going to need to plug it into your network, and then you're going to need to find its IP address. And to do that, you could use a tool called Fing, or I'll actually include a program that you can download to find generic cameras on your network, and that will be located in my blog, and the link for that is in the description below. Navigate to the IP address and enter the admin credentials. Switch the language to English, click on PC View, add the ActiveX control. On the settings page, click on Wireless. Click on the search button and look for networks within range. Click Test to test the connection and apply once it's successful. To log back into the camera, you're going to need to use its new wireless IP address. Lastly, update the admin password in Settings Advanced User page. To install the camera, I use my own screws to fasten the mounting plate to a pillar outside my door. Once in place, attach the camera and secure it to the plate with the screw from the bottom. I was going to plug it into the socket near my eave, but it's too small, so instead I'm going to have to use an extension cord. Using Internet Explorer to control the camera was great. The controls were very smooth and responsive. The zoom was a little bit slow, and focusing took some time when I was zoomed all the way out. Once I got the camera connected to my Wi-Fi, the Camhi app connected. However, it was still a poor experience. The app is not responsive, and it seems like you cannot access the PTZ controls while the camera is focusing. If you do click on some of these built-up commands are then sent to the camera once the focus is complete, causing the camera to move about uncontrollably. I quickly set up some presets on the camera, and they will make the experience using Internet Explorer that much easier. One thing I did notice though is that for preset 1, the zoom factor is not working, and the camera moves into position, but it omits the zoom value. Here's a look at some daytime footage. The quality is very good for an image over Wi-Fi. No trailers, no missing frames. At night here, I have all my other IR devices shut down, so the IR lights that you see here are just from the camera and can reach a good distance. Not bad. This is great. When I'm zoomed all the way back, I can see my entire front door, which is only about 8 feet away from the camera. When zoomed in all the way, I see the perfect amount on the screen. Not too close and not too far at 75 feet. So now let's move the camera to the backyard and check out some footage there. Okay, this isn't too bad. Actually, pretty good. I like it. Let's move around the camera a little bit and zoom in. Okay, the focus is a little bit slow. And now let's have a look at the nighttime footage. Wow, it's pitch black outside here, and I can see very well with those IR lights. Again, the focus is a little bit slow. Let's pan around a little bit. Quite impressive. No trailers. I have some presets here to make the movements a little bit quicker. My back fence here is 300 feet away and I can still see it. So to record footage, you can use an SD card, and the camera also supports ONVIF, meaning you can connect the camera to Blue Iris or a dedicated NVR which supports ONVIF. So in conclusion, I was not that impressed with the Camhi app, but the camera itself beat my expectations. There is very little video lag, and the built-in web user interface was easy to navigate and offered lots of features. As you saw, the image quality was great with no trails or drop frames during daytime or nighttime use. Lastly, you need to have a strong Wi-Fi signal in the location of where you're going to install the camera if you want to enjoy that smooth PTZ operation and nice image. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out my blog in the description below for more information. Thanks for watching.